Did you know? Just 3 sleepless nights can make your brain function like you're drunk. Memory drops by 40%, and your emotions go completely out of control. But don't worry. With these 10 simple secrets that almost no one talks about, you can fall asleep deeply in just 10 minutes, even if you've been struggling with insomnia for years. Stay until the end, because tip number 10 is the natural sleep hack that sleep experts actually use themselves. Before you can truly improve your sleep, you must first understand what's keeping you awake. Many people think insomnia just happens, that it's random or caused by stress alone. But the truth is, every sleepless night has a reason. Sometimes that reason hides in plain sight: your habits, your thoughts, your environment, or even the timing of your day. To conquer insomnia, you must uncover these hidden disruptors and bring awareness to how your body and mind react to daily life. The first and most common root cause of poor sleep is stress. When your mind races with unfinished tasks, worries, or replayed conversations, your body produces cortisol, the stress hormone that keeps you alert. Even if you feel tired, your nervous system may remain on high alert, preventing you from drifting off. That's why stressful days often lead to sleepless nights. The solution isn't simply to stop worrying, but to acknowledge and release tension before bed. This could mean writing down your thoughts, practicing deep breathing, or using gentle mindfulness techniques to separate your day from your night. Another powerful but often overlooked factor is technology. The blue light emitted from your phone or laptop screen suppresses melatonin production, the hormone responsible for regulating sleep. Every scroll through social media tricks your brain into thinking it's still daytime. The more you do this at night, the longer it takes for your brain to recognize that it's time to rest. Replacing screen time with something calming, reading a physical book, journaling, or listening to soft instrumental music can signal to your brain that the day is coming to a close. Diet and lifestyle choices also play a huge role. Eating too late, drinking coffee in the afternoon, or consuming alcohol close to bedtime all disrupt the body's ability to enter deep sleep. While caffeine keeps you alert for hours, alcohol might make you drowsy at first, but leads to fragmented sleep later in the night. A balanced dinner eaten at least 2 hours before bed, followed by a caffeine-free drink, can make a remarkable difference in your sleep quality. Equally important is your environment. Light, noise, and temperature all affect how well you rest. Even small disturbances, a flashing light from a charger, a ticking clock, or a room that's too warm, can keep your body slightly awake. Creating a sleep-friendly environment means keeping your bedroom dark, quiet, and cool. Soft bedding, minimal clutter, and a scent like lavender can transform your room into a sanctuary where your body instinctively relaxes. Lastly, there's the mental association you have with sleep. If you often lie awake in bed worrying that you won't sleep, your brain begins to associate your bed with frustration rather than rest. Over time, this creates a loop of anxiety and insomnia. The key to breaking this pattern is to retrain your mind to see the bed as a peaceful place again. If you can't sleep after 20 minutes, get up, move to another quiet space, do something calming, and return to bed only when you feel drowsy. This rebuilds the connection between your bed and sleep itself. Understanding the root cause of your sleeplessness is like identifying the first domino in a chain. Once you know what's keeping you awake, every other strategy, relaxation, nutrition, routine becomes far more effective. Awareness is the beginning of change, and in the case of insomnia, it's the first real step toward peace, rest, and renewal. One of the most powerful yet underrated methods to improve sleep quality is establishing a consistent sleep schedule. The human body thrives on rhythm, not just in movement but in time. Deep within your brain lies the suprachiasmatic nucleus, a biological clock that tells every cell when to wake, when to eat, and when to rest. This internal clock governs your circadian rhythm, and when it's in sync, your body naturally prepares for sleep and wakefulness at predictable times. But when this rhythm is disturbed, as it often is for people who go to bed or wake up at inconsistent hours, sleep becomes fragmented, shallow, and hard to initiate. Think of your sleep cycle like tuning an instrument. If the timing changes every day, your body never knows when to play the right note. You might stay awake long after lying down or wake up groggy and unrefreshed no matter how many hours you've slept. A consistent sleep schedule trains your body to expect rest at a specific time, making the transition into sleep smooth and effortless. The process begins with choosing a fixed bedtime and wake-up time and sticking to them, even on weekends. While it's tempting to catch up on sleep by sleeping in, doing so can confuse your biological rhythm and make it harder to fall asleep the next night. Instead, aim for stability. If you decide to go to bed at 10:30 p.m. and wake up at 6:30 a.m., commit to it for at least 2 weeks. Over time, your body will start releasing melatonin naturally around 10 p.m., signaling that it's time to wind down. The hours between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. are considered the body's prime window for physical recovery. During this phase, growth hormone is released, cellular repair accelerates, and the immune system strengthens. Missing this window repeatedly can lead to fatigue, slower metabolism, and even mood imbalances. On the other hand, maintaining a consistent bedtime helps your brain consolidate memories more effectively and improves emotional stability. Of course, creating a schedule isn't just about setting a time. It's about preparing your body to follow it. About 1 hour before bed, begin a calming routine that tells your body it's almost time to rest. Dim the lights, turn off screens, and engage in quiet, repetitive activities such as stretching, reading, or journaling. These cues train your brain to associate certain actions with sleep, making the process automatic. Over time, you'll start to feel sleepy at the same time each night without effort. Consistency also extends to waking up. When your alarm rings, resist the temptation to snooze. Get up immediately and expose yourself to natural light. Open your curtains, step outside, or simply look out the window. Morning light helps reset your circadian rhythm, reinforcing the cycle of wakefulness and rest. Even on days when you feel tired, maintaining your wake-up time will make the next night's sleep deeper and more restorative. A fixed sleep schedule may seem simple, even trivial, but its effects are profound. It's the foundation on which all other sleep habits rest. Without consistency, relaxation techniques and supplements lose their impact. With it, your body begins to work with you instead of against you, gently guiding you into the kind of deep, natural sleep that restores both mind and body. In the modern world, one of the biggest obstacles to falling asleep peacefully is the glowing screen that never seems to leave our hands. Phones, tablets, televisions, and laptops have become such constant companions that for many people, nighttime scrolling feels almost natural. Yet this single habit can be the silent destroyer of quality sleep. The reason lies in a simple but powerful truth. Your brain cannot distinguish between the blue light of a screen and the light of day. When you expose yourself to screens before bed, you are essentially telling your body, it's still daytime. Stay awake. Blue light suppresses melatonin, the hormone responsible for making you feel sleepy. Under normal circumstances, melatonin production increases as the evening darkens, signaling to your body that rest is near. But when your eyes are fixed on a bright screen, whether watching videos, chatting, or scrolling social media, that natural rhythm is disrupted. Your brain delays melatonin release, keeping you alert long after your body should be winding down. This is why so many people find themselves lying awake even after turning off their devices, their minds still buzzing with stimulation. Beyond the physical effects of blue light, the content you consume before bed also matters. Social media feeds filled with strong opinions, fast-moving images, or emotionally charged content activate the brain's reward system, keeping you mentally engaged. The constant stream of novelty releases dopamine, the same neurotransmitter linked to excitement and anticipation. In other words, you're training your brain to stay active at the exact time you should be disconnecting. No wonder it's so hard to switch off. The solution begins with a digital curfew, a rule to stop using screens at least 1 hour before bed. That single hour becomes your sleep preparation zone, where everything you do signals to your brain that the day is ending. Replace screen time with low-stimulation activities. Read a book, write in a journal, stretch, meditate, or listen to soft instrumental music. Even dimming the lights during this period helps your brain start producing melatonin naturally. Within a few days, you'll notice your body beginning to feel sleepy on its own. If you absolutely must use devices at night, for example, to check messages or work briefly, there are ways to minimize the damage. Activate night mode or blue light filters, which shift the screen color to warmer tones. Reduce brightness to the lowest comfortable level and avoid engaging with stimulating content. Better yet, try switching to analog alternatives. An old-fashioned alarm clock instead of your phone, or a physical notebook instead of a notes app. It's also helpful to reframe your relationship with technology at night. Many people subconsciously fear missing out, a new message, a notification, a trending post. But nighttime is not a time for catching up with the world. It's a time to reconnect with yourself. You can think of your pre-sleep hour as a gentle landing after the turbulence of the day, an emotional and mental descent that prepares you for rest. This mindset shift alone can make the process feel rewarding rather than restrictive. By removing screens from your nightly routine, you're not just reducing stimulation, you're retraining your brain to respect the natural rhythm of night and day. When your environment darkens and your mind quiets, melatonin rises effortlessly. Your body softens, and sleep comes as it should, slowly, peacefully, and completely. In the silence of a screen-free night, your body finally remembers how to rest. Caffeine has long been celebrated as a miracle substance, the fuel that powers mornings and keeps people alert through long workdays. But for those who struggle with sleep, caffeine is often the hidden culprit behind restless nights and early awakenings. What makes caffeine tricky is not just how it stimulates the body, but how long it lingers. A cup of coffee in the afternoon might seem harmless, yet caffeine can remain active in your system for 6 to 8 hours, sometimes even longer depending on your metabolism. That means your 3 p.m. latte could still be whispering "stay awake" to your brain well past midnight. Caffeine works by blocking adenosine, a chemical in the brain that builds up during the day and creates the feeling of sleepiness. When caffeine interferes with this process, your brain never receives the signal to slow down. The result is delayed sleep onset, shorter total sleep time, and reduced deep sleep, the very stage that restores your body and mind. Even if you do fall asleep, caffeine often causes lighter, more fragmented sleep, leaving you tired when morning comes. Many people underestimate the sources of caffeine. It's not just in coffee. It hides in black and green tea, energy drinks, chocolate, cola, and even certain medications. A single serving might not seem like much, but if you consume multiple small doses throughout the day, the effects compound. For those who already have trouble sleeping, even a small afternoon coffee can be enough to throw off the night's rest entirely. The first step toward improvement is setting a caffeine cutoff time. As a rule of thumb, avoid caffeine at least 6 hours before your intended bedtime. For example, if you plan to sleep at 10:30 p.m., your last cup of coffee should be no later than 3:30 p.m. However, people who are more sensitive to caffeine or who already suffer from insomnia may need to stop even earlier. If you crave the ritual of an afternoon drink, switch to decaffeinated coffee or herbal teas like chamomile, peppermint, or rooibos. These alternatives soothe the nervous system instead of stimulating it. It's also worth noting that caffeine tolerance builds over time. Frequent consumption dulls your sensitivity, leading you to drink more to achieve the same effect, which only makes sleep worse. Gradually reducing your caffeine intake can reset your natural energy rhythms. You might experience a few days of fatigue or mild headaches at first, but soon your body will begin producing energy on its own again, without chemical intervention. Your sleep-wake cycle will feel more balanced, and your energy in the morning will come from true rest rather than stimulation. For those who rely heavily on caffeine to function, remember that coffee itself isn't the enemy. Timing and moderation are. 1 or 2 cups in the early part of the day can be harmless for most people. The problem begins when caffeine becomes a substitute for rest rather than a complement to it. Treat it as an early day ally, not a late night saboteur. In the end, better sleep is about respect for your body's signals and natural timing. When you stop flooding your system with stimulants late in the day, your brain can finally unwind as nature intended. The reward is not just easier sleep, but deeper, more restorative rest, the kind that no amount of caffeine can ever replace. Falling asleep easily isn't just about what time you go to bed. It's about how you prepare your body and mind in the hours before. In today's fast-paced world, many people rush straight from high mental activity, emails, work stress, scrolling, or late-night conversations, directly into bed. The body is still charged, the mind still racing, yet we expect sleep to come instantly. It's like slamming on the brakes of a speeding car and wondering why it doesn't stop right away. The truth is, your body needs time to transition from doing to resting. That transition begins with relaxation, a deliberate practice of calming both body and mind. Physical relaxation starts with releasing built-up tension from your muscles. Throughout the day, your body accumulates small doses of stress, tight shoulders, clenched jaw, stiff neck. One powerful technique is progressive muscle relaxation, systematically tensing and then releasing each muscle group from your toes to your forehead. As you do this, focus on the contrast between tension and softness. Within minutes, you'll notice your breathing slowing down, your heart rate dropping, and your body signaling that it's safe to rest. A gentle stretch routine before bed can also work wonders, especially if you sit for long hours during the day. Then comes breath control, a bridge between body and mind. The 4-7-8 breathing technique, inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 7, exhale for 8, is a proven way to slow the nervous system and induce calm. As you exhale, your body releases carbon dioxide and activates the parasympathetic response, the state associated with rest and digestion. Within a few cycles, you can feel your thoughts quiet down as your physiology prepares for sleep. Breathing isn't just relaxation. It's communication, a signal to your brain that the stress of the day is over. Mental relaxation, however, is equally crucial. Even when your body feels ready to rest, your mind might still be replaying the day's events or worrying about tomorrow. This is where mindful unwinding becomes invaluable. Spend 5 to 10 minutes observing your thoughts without judgment, simply letting them come and go like passing clouds. The act of watching rather than engaging breaks the cycle of rumination. Some people find journaling helpful, writing down everything that lingers in their minds before bed. Once it's on paper, the mind often lets go. For a more immersive approach, many turn to sound therapy. Listening to slow, rhythmic sounds, like rainfall, soft piano, or ocean waves, synchronizes your brain waves into lower frequencies associated with relaxation and early sleep. These sounds act like a gentle lullaby for the mind, replacing intrusive thoughts with rhythmic calm. Similarly, guided meditations or sleep stories can occupy the thinking mind just enough to prevent overactivity while easing it toward rest. To complete the transition, dim your lights and lower the temperature slightly. Darkness signals melatonin production, and a cooler room encourages your body to conserve energy, both essential for deep sleep. Aromatherapy can also enhance this ritual. Scents like lavender, sandalwood, and bergamot have been shown to reduce heart rate and anxiety, priming the body for rest. Over time, your senses begin to associate these smells, sounds, and movements with sleep, making relaxation almost automatic. The art of relaxation isn't about forcing yourself to sleep. It's about creating the conditions for sleep to happen naturally. When you master the ability to let go and of tension, of thoughts, of effort, your body responds with gratitude. Sleep no longer feels like a struggle but a gentle return home to stillness. The environment you sleep in plays a far greater role in your rest than most people realize. Your bedroom isn't just a place where you close your eyes. It's a sensory experience that either invites calm or disrupts it. Every sound, smell, temperature, and light source communicates something to your brain. When your surroundings send signals of safety and comfort, your body relaxes instinctively. But when your room feels cluttered, bright, or noisy, your nervous system stays on alert, subtly preventing you from falling into deep, restorative sleep. Creating a true healing space in your bedroom is one of the most powerful steps you can take toward better rest. The first element to consider is light. Even the smallest glow from a phone charger, alarm clock, or streetlight filtering through your curtains can interfere with melatonin production. Our bodies evolved to sleep in darkness, complete, natural darkness. And the brain still responds to light as a cue to stay awake. Blackout curtains, eye masks, or turning off unnecessary electronics can help restore that natural rhythm. In the hour leading up to bedtime, dim your lights or switch to warm-toned bulbs that mimic the setting sun. This gentle lighting transition tells your body it's time to wind down. Next comes sound. While some people claim they can sleep through anything, research shows that even subtle noises can cause micro-awakenings, preventing you from reaching deep sleep stages. If you live in a noisy area, use earplugs, white noise machines, or soothing background sounds like rain or ocean waves. These sounds create a consistent auditory blanket that masks sudden disturbances. The goal isn't silence, but steadiness, an environment that feels safe, predictable, and undisturbed. Temperature is another vital component. Your core body temperature naturally drops at night as part of the sleep cycle. If your room is too warm, your body struggles to cool down, delaying sleep onset and reducing deep sleep quality. The optimal room temperature for most people is between 18-22 degrees, 64-72 degrees. Use breathable fabrics like cotton or linen for your bedding and avoid heavy blankets that trap heat. A cool environment signals your body that it's time to rest, while warmth under the covers creates comfort without overheating. Clutter and visual chaos can also affect how your brain perceives rest. A messy room subconsciously represents unfinished tasks and lingering responsibility. When you enter a tidy, organized space, however, your mind experiences a sense of completion, a feeling that the day's work is done. Keeping your nightstand minimal, your floor clear, and your colors soft can help cultivate that calm. Choose neutral tones, natural textures, and dim lighting to create a sense of serenity. Think of your bedroom as a personal retreat rather than an extension of your busy world. Scent, too, plays an important role in shaping mood. A light, calming fragrance, from essential oils like lavender, chamomile, or cedarwood, can trigger the brain's relaxation response. Diffuse these oils gently or spray your pillow before bed. Just like the sound of waves can cue your mind for rest, familiar calming scents become anchors that remind your body it's time to sleep. Lastly, boundaries matter. Don't let your bedroom become a workspace or entertainment center. When you watch TV, check emails, or scroll on your phone in bed, your brain begins to associate that environment with stimulation rather than rest. Reserve your bedroom for two things only: sleep and intimacy. Over time, your body learns this association, and just stepping into your room triggers a relaxation response. Transforming your bedroom into a healing space doesn't require luxury, it requires intention. Each detail, no matter how small, should contribute to peace and simplicity. When your environment aligns with your body's natural rhythms, sleep stops feeling like a task to accomplish and becomes what it was always meant to be, a sanctuary for renewal. What you eat, and when you eat it, can quietly shape the quality of your sleep more than you might think. The human body is an intricate system where digestion, hormones, and energy all intertwine. If you go to bed too full, too hungry, or with certain stimulants still in your bloodstream, your body stays active internally while your mind tries to rest. The result? You lie awake, tossing and turning, feeling tired but not sleepy. Learning to eat light and correctly before bedtime is a simple but powerful habit that transforms how deeply and peacefully you sleep. The first key principle is timing. Your digestive system doesn't shut down at night, but it slows dramatically. Eating a heavy or greasy meal right before bed forces your stomach to keep working when it should be resting. This leads to discomfort, heartburn, or indigestion, all of which make it harder to fall asleep and stay asleep. Ideally, your last full meal should be eaten 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. That window allows your body to digest efficiently and shift its focus toward repair and recovery once you're asleep. If you're truly hungry later, a small, sleep-friendly snack is fine, but it should be light and calming to the stomach. So what should that snack be? The best choices are foods that promote natural melatonin and serotonin production, the hormones that regulate mood and sleep. Bananas, for example, contain magnesium and potassium, which help relax muscles. Warm milk has tryptophan, an amino acid that supports melatonin synthesis. Oatmeal is another quiet hero, rich in complex carbohydrates that help the brain absorb tryptophan more easily. Other great options include yogurt, almonds, and boiled eggs. These foods stabilize blood sugar and calm the nervous system, making sleep more accessible and less interrupted. In contrast, there are foods and drinks to strictly avoid close to bedtime. Caffeine, found in coffee, tea, chocolate, and even some pain relievers, is the most obvious culprit. But spicy or high-fat foods can be just as disruptive. They raise your body temperature and stimulate acid reflux, both of which counteract the natural cooling process your body relies on to sleep. Similarly, alcohol might make you drowsy at first, but it fragments your sleep cycle, preventing the deep REM stages necessary for restoration. That's why nights that begin with relaxation often end in sudden awakenings or restless dreams. Another subtle yet important factor is hydration. Drinking too much water right before bed can lead to multiple nighttime awakenings for bathroom trips, while too little water may cause dry mouth or discomfort. The solution is balance. Stay well hydrated throughout the day, then taper off in the final hour before sleep. A small sip of water or warm herbal tea is fine, but avoid large amounts of liquid. The psychology of eating also matters. When meals are rushed or stressful, eaten in front of screens, consumed on the go, the body doesn't fully register satisfaction. This leads to late-night cravings, which can easily spiral into overeating before bed. Cultivate a mindful eating routine. Sit down, slow down, and truly taste your food. When you give your digestive system time to function calmly, it sends the right signals to your brain that it's full and ready to rest later. Finally, think of your pre-bed eating habits as part of your sleep ritual, not separate from it. Choosing a warm cup of chamomile tea or a small serving of oatmeal can become an act of self-care, a gentle, intentional cue that the day is ending. You're telling your body, "We've had enough, it's time to relax." And as your metabolism settles, your mind follows suit. Over time, this consistent ritual not only improves digestion, but also reinforces the biological rhythm that governs sleep itself. Your mindset before bed is one of the most overlooked elements in achieving deep, restorative sleep. Many people go to bed carrying the full weight of their day, unresolved stress, mental noise, and emotional tension, and then wonder why they can't fall asleep easily. The truth is simple. Your mind cannot rest if it's still running. Sleep is not just a physical process, it's a mental surrender. To fall asleep peacefully, you must first teach your mind how to let go. Imagine your thoughts like waves on a busy shore. If you try to stop them by force, telling yourself, "I must sleep now," they only crash harder. But if you allow them to pass naturally, the ocean slowly calms. This is where mental relaxation techniques come in. They don't suppress thoughts. They guide your focus toward calmness. The simplest and most effective method is controlled breathing. Slow, rhythmic breathing activates the parasympathetic nervous system, your body's rest and digest mode. Try inhaling for 4 counts, holding for 7, and exhaling for 8. This gentle rhythm lowers your heart rate, reduces stress hormones, and signals to your brain that it's safe to sleep. Another powerful method is progressive muscle relaxation, PMR. Start from your toes and work your way upward, tensing and then releasing each muscle group. By the time you reach your face and shoulders, you'll notice tension melting away. This exercise not only relaxes the body, but also draws your focus inward, away from intrusive thoughts. Your body and mind begin to synchronize, preparing you for rest. Visualization is another mental tool that works wonders. Picture yourself in a serene, peaceful place, a quiet beach at sunset, a forest bathed in golden light, or simply floating among clouds. The goal isn't to escape reality, but to replace stressful mental imagery with one that evokes calm and safety. The subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between imagined and real sensations. When you visualize peace vividly enough, your body responds as if you are truly there, lowering blood pressure, releasing muscle tension, and slowing neural activity. But beyond techniques, there's an emotional layer to pre-sleep calm that's often ignored: gratitude and reflection. Taking a moment before bed to list 3 things you're grateful for can dramatically shift your mental state. It turns the spotlight away from what's wrong and onto what's right. This small act releases serotonin, stabilizing your mood and easing anxiety. Writing your thoughts in a journal can serve the same purpose. It acts as a mental download, clearing the day's clutter so your mind doesn't keep replaying it through the night. Equally important is your self-talk about sleep. Many people unconsciously reinforce insomnia by saying things like, "I never sleep well," or "I'll be tired again tomorrow." These statements program your subconscious to expect failure. Replace them with calm affirmations. "My body knows how to rest," "Sleep will come naturally," or "I'm safe to relax." These phrases aren't just empty words. They reshape your internal dialogue, allowing your brain to associate bedtime with peace instead of frustration. Lastly, understand that sleep is not something you do. It's something that happens when you stop trying. When your thoughts slow, your breath deepens, and your body relaxes, sleep arrives on its own, naturally and inevitably. The more you practice letting go, the faster it comes. Over time, your pre-bed mindset becomes a bridge between wakefulness and rest, one built not from control but from calm acceptance. The environment you sleep in silently communicates with your body, either encouraging deep rest or keeping you subtly alert. Every sense you possess is still active while you sleep, which means light, sound, temperature, and even scent can determine how long and how well you rest. Many people overlook this and try to fix their sleep with supplements or habits, when in reality, a few simple environmental changes can make a profound difference. Your bedroom should be a temple for sleep, not an extension of your waking world. Let's begin with light, the most powerful signal for your circadian rhythm. Your body relies on darkness to produce melatonin, the hormone that triggers sleep. Even small light sources, such as a phone charging indicator or street light seeping through the curtains, can suppress melatonin and keep your brain partially alert. To counter this, make your room as dark as possible. Use blackout curtains, turn off all electronic screens at least an hour before bed, and if you must have some illumination, use warm, dim bedside lighting or a salt lamp. If total darkness isn't possible, a comfortable sleep mask can work wonders. Next, consider temperature. Sleep quality is closely tied to your body's natural cooling process at night. As you drift towards sleep, your core temperature drops slightly. This signals your brain that it's time to rest. The ideal room temperature for most people is between 18 to 22 degrees Celsius, 65 to 72 degrees Celsius. If your room is too hot, your body struggles to reach this lower core temperature, causing restlessness and sweat. A fan, light blanket, or breathable cotton bedding can help maintain balance. Conversely, if it's too cold, your body wastes energy trying to stay warm. The key is consistency. Find the temperature that allows you to feel cozy without overheating. Then comes sound. While complete silence might seem ideal, many people actually sleep better with gentle, consistent background noise, something that masks sudden sound changes that might wake them up. A soft fan hum, white noise machine, or nature sounds like rainfall or ocean waves can create a calm soundscape. Avoid irregular noises, such as loud TV dialogue or phone notifications. If you live in a noisy area, earplugs or a soundproof curtain can be a game changer. Scent also has a subtle but real influence on your sleep. Aromatherapy has been proven to promote relaxation and lower heart rate. Scents like lavender, chamomile, and sandalwood have natural calming properties that prepare the body for rest. You can use essential oil diffusers, linen sprays, or even a few drops on your pillow. However, keep the aroma light. The goal is to soothe, not overwhelm. Equally important is the feel of your space. Cluttered rooms signal chaos to the mind. When your sleeping space is filled with unfinished work, electronics, or piles of laundry, it subconsciously reminds your brain of stress and unfinished tasks. Keeping your room clean, minimalist, and tidy is not just about aesthetics. It's about psychological clarity. A clean space tells your mind, this is a place for rest, not activity. That's why experts often advise removing work desks and TVs from bedrooms whenever possible. Finally, invest in your sleep surface. Your mattress, pillow, and sheets directly affect spinal alignment and comfort. A mattress that's too firm or too soft can cause micro-awakenings throughout the night. The right pillow supports your neck in a neutral position, while soft, breathable bedding keeps you comfortable. Think of it as tailoring your environment to your body. Everything should signal calm, comfort, and safety. When all these factors align, your room becomes more than just a place to sleep. It becomes a sensory cocoon that tells your body it's time to let go. You'll find that even without extra effort, your sleep deepens, your dreams become more vivid, and your mornings start with genuine energy instead of grogginess. True rest doesn't end when you wake up. It begins again in how you greet the morning. The way you start your day determines whether your body and mind continue the natural rhythm of energy and recovery or fall back into stress and imbalance. Most people rush into their mornings, alarms blaring, phones lighting up, minds already racing through to-do lists. But if you want lasting energy and better sleep the following night, your morning must become an intentional transition, a gentle awakening that honors your body's natural rhythm. The most important thing you can do upon waking is to embrace natural light. Light exposure early in the morning sends a powerful message to your brain. It's time to be awake and alert. Sunlight suppresses melatonin production and boosts serotonin, the mood and focus hormone. Within the first 10-30 minutes of waking, open your curtains or step outside, even for a few minutes. If you live in a place with limited sunlight, consider a light therapy lamp to simulate this effect. This single habit helps regulate your circadian rhythm, making it easier to wake up feeling refreshed and to fall asleep naturally at night. The second key is movement. It doesn't have to be intense exercise. Even stretching, yoga, or a short walk can awaken the body gently. Physical movement increases blood flow, oxygenates the brain, and signals to your muscles that rest time is over. When you move shortly after waking, you not only boost morning energy but also improve your sleep quality that evening. Your body's internal clock becomes more consistent, reinforcing a healthy sleep-wake cycle. Hydration comes next. After 6 to 8 hours of rest, your body wakes up slightly dehydrated. Drinking a glass of water right away jumpstarts metabolism and supports brain function. Some people add a squeeze of lemon for gentle detoxification, but plain water is more than enough. Avoid reaching for coffee first. Caffeine too early can spike cortisol levels, increasing anxiety and afternoon energy crashes. Wait at least 30 minutes after waking before your first cup, allowing your body to stabilize naturally. Another critical aspect of your morning routine is mental calmness. Before checking notifications or social media, take a few moments to center yourself. Meditation, journaling, or simply breathing deeply in silence for a few minutes grounds your mind and strengthens focus. This calm, present state contrasts sharply with the chaos of rushing and sets the tone for the entire day. It tells your nervous system, we are in control. For some, a gratitude ritual works wonders. Writing down 1 or 2 things you're thankful for can shift your emotional state instantly. It primes your brain to look for positives throughout the day, which reduces stress and promotes balance, both essential for better sleep cycles. Gratitude in the morning acts like emotional sunlight. It brightens your inner world. Finally, consistency is the foundation of all these habits. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, even on weekends, trains your body to anticipate rest and wakefulness naturally. This stable rhythm enhances energy levels, mental clarity, and emotional stability. Over time, you'll find that your body wakes up just before your alarm, refreshed and steady, without that heavy grogginess most people accept as normal. Your morning routine doesn't have to be long or complex. It just needs to be intentional. A quiet, consistent act of respect for your body's design. When you start your day with calm, light, movement, and hydration, you complete the natural loop of rest and renewal. And as you do, sleep becomes effortless. Not something to chase, but something that flows naturally from the harmony you've created between night and morning. Now you know 10 powerful ways to sleep better every night. No pills, no expensive gadgets, just small changes in your habits. If this video was helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who also struggles with sleep. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the next videos about natural energy recovery and better sleep health.